City of Brotherly Love is going to take center stage tonight. Why? Because the Philadelphia Phillies and the Dodgers will tee it up at 6:08, and then the Philadelphia Eagles and the New York Giants right around 8:08 to 8:15 when that game is going to start. But however, you're not going to hear me complain, Joe, but I do have a complaint because I like to complain about things where I don't think they make all that much sense. Hear me out on this. The Phillies and the Dodgers played last night at 9 o'clock. Understandable, right? 6 o'clock on the West Coast, 4 games in baseball. You want to give each one of these games their window. It's understandable that's the way it played out. And as a fan, I understand it, where I wasn't going to be able to stay up for the entire game. And I didn't, but the Phillies won. It's okay. So I look forward to myself and say, you know what? The Phillies played 6 o'clock tonight. That's perfect. I'll be able to watch that entire game and get to bed and root on the Philadelphia Phillies. But I have to question this. Why are the Phillies on at 6:08 and the Brewers and the Cubs are on at 9:08? How did that even happen at that point, Joe? Why? Me, again, this is me complaining about I actually get to watch a baseball game, but I don't understand that usually it's closer to the East Coast or East Coast time, Central time. You get the earlier game. Why are the Cubs on at 9:08 tonight?
I believe, Donnie, because the Dodgers, if Phillies win this game, they're going to have to come on a plane. They're going to have to fly all the way back east. So the sooner that game is over, if there in fact is going to be a game 5, it gives them an opportunity to get out of Dodge because flying back east probably wouldn't land them if they played 9 o'clock, probably wouldn't get there till 2 o'clock in the morning. So I think they're just prepping ahead of time. If there is a game 5, that needs to be the first game in the book so everyone can hop on a plane and get out.
You know what's interesting about this, too, because we're going to get to the 2 games here in just a moment, but you always hear about this in playoff baseball, and I understand they have a day off. Let's just say the Phillies do win tonight. It's a Thursday. Then game number 5 at Citizens Bank Ballpark is not till Saturday night, so you get the day and a half. But you're right about this. If it's late night, you're flying, you don't get that much of a delay. Most teams in that big situation are going to send their starting pitcher back east already to get them acclimated with a day or 2 to get ready. You know that starting pitcher in game number 5 is going to be Shohei Ohtani. He's not going to get on a plane early and leave this game.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm the DH, the best player on this team, but you need me as a pitcher. That's an interesting one that pops up because no doubt in my mind, if it was Yamamoto, he wouldn't even be in the ballpark for that game Thursday and already be back in Philadelphia trying to get acclimated. Just something to keep an eye on at this point. But 2 games tonight, starting at 6:08, Philadelphia and Los Angeles, a slight favorite towards the Dodgers, Joe. -124s to -130s, depending on where you're shopping at, and a total of 7.5. It's going to be Sanchez for the Philadelphia Phillies and Glass now, from what I'm seeing here, for the Los Angeles Dodgers. I do think the Phillies have the pitching advantage in this game. I like the momentum the Phillies had yesterday, but sometimes it doesn't always translate. So for you, Joe, Sanchez is a great pitcher. Bullpen is rested for the Phillies. The lineup finally turned over last night. I like the signs for the Phillies. I was devastated last night coming into that game, thinking the Phillies were just going to play a game and head home and get pounded by the Dodgers. I'm way more optimistic about the Phillies' chances, not only just from a fan perspective, but a handicapping perspective as well.
I think a lot of this is going to ride on what do you get out of Sanchez, who the Dodgers have had some success against this year. So are you going to have to go to the bullpen? After 2 or 3 innings, are we going to have to try to cobble some things together here? I think a lot of this is going to depend on how long can you get Sanchez go? How can you set up that bullpen? It's all hands on deck one way or the other. But I think the best scenario for Philadelphia is, can he go 5, Donnie? Can you get 5 or 6 innings out of him and have a lead and give them an opportunity to get the back end of the bullpen in the game? The problem is Glass now has been pretty darn good here this year, especially at home. And the Dodgers did get Will Smith back, which is good for them here. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be pressure-packed. I don't know how many runs we're getting here tonight. I don't think we're going to get as many as we got last night, Donnie.
I'll tell you what's interesting. The Dodgers had a 2-game lead last night. It does kind of make me chuckle. It's hey, Clayton Kershaw, come on for the home fan base. It'll be a lot of fun.
Exactly.
He got absolutely pounded in the 7th and 8th inning. He should have got more runs scored him in the 7th, but the 8th inning it caught up to him. We'll see if that changes tonight. No pitchers assigned just yet, Joe, for Milwaukee and Chicago. Slight favorite towards Milwaukee and a total of 7 in the friendly confines. We got to wait a little bit longer to find out who exactly those starting pitchers are going to be today.
Yeah, well, that's the question, right? I mean, who are they going to go with? We've already
handicap it, Joe. Come on.
We already seen Milwaukee win in a bullpen game, right? So now they've got to decide which direction are they going to go here? Are they going to bring Peralta back on short rest? Do they want to get it done ASAP? I mean, it's going to be interesting to see which each team goes with. I mean, listen, Boyd only lasted an inning and a half, right? So if you're Chicago, you can always go back to him.
Yeah, keep an eye on these situations too, Joe, because the bullpen day turns into, oh, you can pitch an inning or two. That's where they start to turn that
Right.
over in the playoffs to try to use it. Always tough to handicap, but it's funny, right? Like, hey, Joe, handicap the game, minus 120. Who's pitching? I don't know. What's the lineup? I don't
No
know.
idea.
Good luck with that one. We'll find out a little bit later in the day.